Hello, everyone. Okay, so this is going to be really, really out of order from my last one. My last one took place when I was in my late 20s. This one takes place when I'm very, very late teens at the cusp of turning 20. So this happened in the summer of 95, and I was babysitting these two kids. They were aged 4 and 2, and sorry, I have somebody blowing up my messenger. So they were aged 4 and 2. It was two little girls, and their father, like my then husband, were both in the military. So that's kind of how we all knew each other. Was the little girls' parents were stationed. They were stationed at the same base that my son's father was. So we were all friends. And I was asked if I would be willing to watch the two girls because it's hard to do errands when you have little kids, in tow. And being it was summertime, it's Central Texas, you get the idea of how hot it can get down there. So I said, yeah, sure, no problem. I'll watch them. I don't care. I was a bored housewife at the time, and my son's father was at work. So I just, what else am I going to do for the day, right? So I was told 4 hours. Okay, not a problem. So given that I was newly married and newly exposed, I guess you could say, to the military lifestyle, especially the government's, my cat's playing, the government's little habit of hurry up and wait. They were thinking 4 hours, but it turned out to be a lot longer. And so it was a lot of fun at first. They had brought over the Little Mermaid, the Lion King, and what was it? The Power Rangers movie. So I'm thinking, okay, we can watch these. It's no problem. And it was too hot to go outside, and we were all just miserable, So we were all kind of hanging out, the two girls and myself, just the three of us. And so we watched The Lion King, The Little Mermaid, and the Power Rangers movie a couple of times through. And the third go round, I think it was the 2-year-old, wanted to watch The Lion King again. And I said, you know what? How about this? How about we watch, we don't watch a movie, we pretend that we watched a movie, and we listen to some music. And I asked the girls, I said, do you girls like music? And they said, oh yeah, we love music. I said, all right, brilliant. So I went and I had this little CD player boombox thing. And I grabbed that, and I grabbed the Green Jello CD or Green Jelly rather. And I had asked them, I said, do you like the story of the Three Little Pigs? They love that story. I'm thinking, all right, yes, thank you. So I put that song on, and they were blown away. They lost their minds. They're like, yes, this is great. So Billy and John finally come and pick up their kids. And Billy tells me, she's all apologies. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean for it to take this long, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, no, it's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. And I'm thinking to myself, snicker, snicker, snort, if you had no idea, And so it takes exactly 20 minutes to get from my front door to their front door. So exactly 20 minutes later, I get a phone call. And it's Billy, and she's furious. She's like, what did you do to my kids? I'm like, what are you talking about? We watched movies all day, and then we listened to music. What are you talking about? Like, I didn't take them outside. The dog didn't try to eat them because Andy and I had this roommate who had a dog, and the dog was he was ridiculous. He thought he was a cat. He was a big lump. So the cats didn't try to eat him or anything, eat the kids or anything. So it was all good. And I cannot talk today. I apologize. So, she's like, no, that's not what I mean. She says this, and I hear her yank the phone away from her ear, and she holds it out. And all I hear in the background is maniacal giggling from a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old. And at the top of their beautiful little lungs, I hear them squealing, little pig, let me in. Not by the hair of my chinny chin chin. And more maniacal giggling. And Billy puts the phone back to her ear and she says, explain yourself. Like, what? They wanted to watch The Little Mermaid and The Lion King over and over and over again. We watched it through twice. We watched the Power Rangers movie twice. For the record, I hated that movie. You know, like, I had to do something. It's either we have the kids ruin their tapes, because this is back in the dark ages when cassettes were still pretty popular. Or I have the kids, like I said, sorry about this, my messenger is blowing up. Or we have the kids not ruin their tapes and, I don't know, listen to music. I wonder. So she says, yeah, I suppose you're right, blah, 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 blah. We get off the phone and I'm thinking, and that's what you get for turning my hair green. You're welcome. So I'm not normally a vengeful person, but at the time it was totally justified because that miserable person turned my hair green from a batch dye job. So she kind of deserved that one. So I regret nothing. Nothing, I tell you. So yeah, that's my babysitting story. And yet people, they know my sense of humor. They know how I listen to some really weird stuff, and yet they still insist on trusting me with their children. Like, I don't listen to anything too crazy around little kids, right? Like, I would never listen to, like, Psychosocial by Slipknot if I'm babysitting someone's, infant or something like that. Like, I don't get crazy. Don't misunderstand me. But, like, I'm a good babysitter. But I'm a cool babysitter, right? So, like, if the parents tell me, well, I want my child in bed by, I don't know, like 8. I'll let them go to bed by like 8:10, 8:15 if they've behaved. But, sorry, there's people walking by. So it's fun times. But that's what I got. So if you like this one and you want to hear more of my story times, just click on the little subscribe button below and the little bell so you get a notification, and feel free to comment, let me know what you thought, and I hope to hear from you soon. Mwah.